All right, 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM listeners, you already know what time it is, and right here, right now, we are actually live with an iconic West Coast individual, man. We got the one and only DJ Wino right here, live on the line, man. How are you doing this evening?
Man, what it do, man? I'm out here having a good time out here in Vegas right now, man. This is where I reside, so I'm like really about to go in big tonight. There's a lot of shit going. Oops, a lot of stuff going on tonight.
Hey, we are completely uncensored, man. So no worries about the swearing.
Yeah, man, I got it there. There's a lot of shit going on tonight.
I gotta ask, man, how did the pandemic affect Vegas, man? Because I know Vegas is a huge tourist spot.
I saw it shut down once, like really shut down, where the casinos was boarded up, and I thought it was like crack hotels or something. It was so done. It was like I didn't understand it. It was it was like a vacant ass casino. It looked crazy when you see the strip look like that, but we kind of bounced back fast because it is Vegas. They can't afford that money, let that money slip out the back door like that, and we came back.
But I know you're a busy guy, man, so I'm going to dive right into this interview. But I want to take you back to the beginning of your iconic career this far, and I have to ask, man, what originally made you decide to get into the music industry initially, man? Because you are so talented at what you do.
Oh man, it's like really 1979. DJing, man, it was the heart of it was the beat. The DJ made the whole system. The DJ made the party. There was no such thing as a rapper yet, really. Honest, like really. Rappers Delight was out. A few other things in the back east was still out, but it wasn't on the West Coast yet. And then all of a sudden that wave came in, man. The DJ himself though was still the popular person. He made the music. He made the party. The DJ controlled everything. And then all of a sudden, hey, rap hit and the master of ceremony came through. But it was the perfect blend, and I was already loving DJing. It was really that simple. I loved when I first heard the DJ scratch.
And I gotta say, I know this is probably a cliche type question, man, but what was your first DJ machine that you actually had?
Well, Techniques was already out. So 1200 were out, 1400 were out. It was already certain techniques that was already out, but you couldn't be a real good DJ. You couldn't be a live DJ if you didn't have a set of techniques, first of all, and then you had to have 1200. So the Technique 1200 is the standard operational equipment for a DJ. And we couldn't get a 1200 then. I might have had one 1200 and one belt-driven turntable back then, but I got out there and I earned that second 1200, which really put me in a different category than the dude who didn't have them. You know, that one dude who had something else different than some 12, he wasn't no fish show.
And also as well, man, in the year 1995, you actually had the opportunity to actually work alongside Montel Jordan, where you actually did a "This Is How We Do It" Wino remix, man. I was wondering if you could actually tell us a bit more about that, and of course, how did you originally get connected with Montel?
Wow, let's see. DJ Paul, my manager, Paul Stewart, owned PMP Records. It was part of RAL, I believe. I think it might have even been connected directly to Def Jam. Montel was signed to one of those labels, whether it was Def Jam or PMP. And Paul said, hey, O.G. Pierce, rest in peace, produced Montel Jordan's This Is How We Do It. I got the call from Paul and said we needed to hit like a hip-hop song. We needed to hit like a club song. It's hitting like an R&B song right now, Wino. We need that bottom. We needed the knock. We need the drums. He just kind of really just told me go do Wino. And all the things that I put in there is what made it the single that we know of today. So that main Montel Jordan, This Is How We Do It. No one has ever heard the other version anyway, but it became the Wino mix, and that is a classic.
And I gotta say as well, that song is still relevant today, man. Like, I'm not gonna lie, you would have to be born under a rock if you have not heard that song.
Hey, for real. It's got commercials now. I mean, there's plenty of commercials. But Montel has a commercial out that was airing with This Is How We Do It, and it's played at any major sporting event. It is. It set its mark. It's going to be around forever. Long after I'm gone, This Is How We Do It will probably play on like music's supposed to. Good music's supposed to last forever.
And I gotta say as well, I think that song should also be in the Library of Congress as well, man. That way it could be preserved for forever as well.
Hey, you know what? I'm hoping that everything or anything that has that type of that has that type of longevity, that's already lasted that long, has those type of opportunities, man. All my Coolio shit, I hope it all goes there one day. I hope anything that we've done that can last that long can make it into the Library of Congress. Why not?
And also as well, man, when you actually brought up Coolio just a few moments ago, you were actually the musical mentor of him, man. I was wondering how did yourself and Coolio get connected, and of course, what is it like just being his mentor?
Hey, you know, it came over like any real good business relationship. It started over an ice cold beer. You know, it was just that simple. We got introduced to each other. Coolio's from Compton. I'm from Carson. They're 5 minutes apart from each other. And somebody introduced us. Next thing you know, we drank a beer, and we started working on music. And the rest, it's really called history after that.
And I got to ask as well, man, because Coolio is just such a legendary individual, man. Everyone knows who Coolio is, in my personal opinion. And obviously, you know, you're his musical mentor, so you've been around him a lot, man. What is one of your most fondest memories you shared with the one and only Coolio?
We got 30 years of memories, man. I really don't have. Okay, no, I have one. This is the one that we won a Grammy for. This is for Gangsta's Paradise. We sitting on the front row. Right before we went up, Tom, who owns Tommy Boy Records, said, you guys are going to win the Grammy. So I looked at him like, okay, cool, you know. I don't think he's fucking lying to me. So, cool, Tom, we're going to win the Grammy. Next thing you know, Grammy comes up. Coolio won the Grammy. Coolio said, come on, let's go up there and receive the Grammy. I told him, it's your turn, bro. It's your turn. You know, it's all on you. Dr. Dre, everybody sitting over there giving us thumbs up, easy. Everybody like, you did that, you did that. When Coolio got up there, he totally blew it and didn't even say thank you. He forgot. He got spaced out somewhere in the Grammy high. He had Grammy eyes, and he forgot to say thank you. Now, I say it was fun because obviously who I was to him. I said, hey, bro, you forgot to say thank you. That motherfucker damn near cried, man. And that was the most humbling time. So it wasn't all that fun, but it was humbling to watch him feel that bad for not saying thank you at the Grammys. And I'm sitting on the front row staring at him. That's the story, bro. That's one that you won't hear again.
And I gotta say as well, man, when it comes to Coolio, I actually had the opportunity to interview him last year, and I gotta say, most definitely one of the most humblest and nicest individuals I personally have ever had the opportunity to interview, man. So definitely shout out to Coolio.
Definitely, bro, definitely. You know, I mean, this whole thing it's been a big ride. From the Fantastic Voice to the Gangsta's Paradise to the this to the that to the Montel Jordan to the Tupac songs to the this. We're working with Corrupt right now from the Dog. I mean, we stay busy, and it's just been a ride. It's been a ride the entire time. I'm calling it 30 years of a ride, you know.
And I gotta say as well, I don't like Coolio's not even close to being done either, man. He can still spit like he just came out yesterday, man. So I'm definitely looking forward to what comes next from Coolio this year.
Definitely. We have some stuff with Too Short, Coolio and Too Short coming out real soon. Coolio and Spice One. We kind of like made sure, as we can feel that the West is heating up again right now. You know, it's like our turn. Like for some reason, I got this little feeling like there's music still in a place for us, and that place is showing itself. Along with Dolph Snoop having his opportunity to run Death Row Records and all that, it's showing itself that on the West there is life for our generation. So here we go. I'm gonna say it right now. We're already ready too.
And also as well, aside from the hip hop side for a moment, in the year '96, you also had the opportunity to do production work for George Clinton's song "Atomic Dog." I have to ask, what was it like just working alongside the phenomenal George Clinton? Because I got to say, I heard he was such an amazing individual to work with in the studio.
Yeah, George. It's about the funk. You know, if you understand, George is about the funk, baby. And honestly, we didn't have to work with him. We was great. We was blessed to have his presence there, but we didn't have to actually, because they gave me the grail. They gave me the reels to Atomic Dog. That alone was a moment to let me know that Okay, I'm pretty sure you don't just trust everybody with the original reel to Atomic Dog. And when they handed it to me and told me go to work, have it your way, do what you want to do. I took every single sound that I could find and took it and kept it and archived it myself because I know that's never going to happen again. And to have George there present with me was just that much of him, just made it that much bigger, you know? It was a beautiful thing to have him in there.
And also, as well, you are also the owner of the Digi Room, a multimedia recording company that's actually located in Sin City, Las Vegas. I was wondering if you can actually tell us a bit more about your multimedia recording company, and of course, what services do you actually offer to the general public today?
Well, we actually changed the name now, so we've gone under one pick. Digi Room was with a partner, and I'm actually solo right now, so I went under One Pick Entertainment, and it's just we always offer certain services, meaning if you're a brand new artist, come see us. We'll let you know exactly what we can get done. There's no such thing as your music not getting put out, but that's everywhere nowadays. Digital platforms and digital distribution is all over. It's vast. Anybody can do it, but we're guaranteeing something. We will make sure those streams, we get visibility, we hear people. People will hear you. It's not, you won't just be out. You won't just get 30 streams, 16,000 streams. We shoot. If we fall short, our fall short is 500,000.
I gotta say, 500,000 is still phenomenal. You know what I mean? Some people struggle to get 1,000, let alone 500,000.
All this is what I'm saying to you is right now. It took a long time to get this platform strong enough to where we now can do it. So we have everything in order now, as far as I say, tried and tested, where we know we can get it done. We have enough people around where we can get the service, make sure we provide what it takes to get those type of numbers as far as streams. So an artist himself can actually survive off of his craft.
And also, as well, September 25th of 2020, you actually released my personal favorite single by you, actually titled All I Know. I was wondering if you can actually tell our listeners a bit more about this phenomenal song. And, of course, is it still, where can our listeners actually buy or stream themselves a copy today?
Well, All I Know was more of it was a ploy. It was really kind of stab at 6ix9ine for getting out there and putting himself and getting involved in things that he really shouldn't have been involved in the first place. They say, don't do the crime if you can't do the time, 6ix9ine. And that was my answer to him having he needed to have people should have a better understanding. Why would you get involved in something where eventually you got to go around and compromise and tell it on people? Don't be involved. Then you don't have to worry about any of that. Don't get involved. You know, and that was the thing. So when I shot All I Know, that was my whole thing, shooting at 6ix9ine direct, letting him know, you really faulty. You shouldn't have been involved, period. You know, period. So All I Know can be found anywhere, but we're going to go ahead. It was me practicing. I'm just going to be truthful. I am not a rapper. I don't even sign off to say I am a rapper. I will probably one day be one, but it takes a lot of practice. I'm not going to take rapping. Rapping shouldn't be taken for granted. I am a producer, a DJ by nature, by craft. And All I Know is like my second song I ever rapped on. And this is us testing the waters to make sure that our platform system is working. So now, we are now about to start heavy streaming because things are just starting to really pick up again for the engine that we put in place. That's why I'm doing everything I can to make sure we bring visibility to what's going on.
And also, as well, immediately following this interview, I'm actually going to be playing a brand new song that you actually produced that's actually featuring Spice One, Coolio, and AZ Yet. I was wondering if you can actually tell our listeners a bit more about this phenomenal song, and of course, if this is their first time hearing it, what can they expect from it when I play it right here live on the FM dial immediately following this interview?
All right. So AZ Yet is really As Yet. You know, As Yet had a bunch of hit singles in the 90s. It's an R&B group. So they're the ones that's actually singing on the hook. If anybody will look up As Yet, they had a handful of good hits. Spice One, legendary. Oakland, straight up calling the Bay. He really out of Hayward. He's one of the Bay kids. Coolio himself, straight up Compton, West Coast kid. brought all three of those together under my production, and that song itself, it speaks for itself. Frank Sinatra said he did it his way. This is our version, letting you know we did it our way.
And also as well, currently I actually saw on Instagram that you have a new song in the works titled I'm Serious. I was wondering, what can our listeners actually expect from this project when it does drop to the general public? Because I know you played a preview on Instagram, and I got to say, it sounds absolutely phenomenal.
This is me practicing. So when you see me, things like this is me really perfecting my craft. I don't want anybody to ever think that people, like, we call ourselves professional because we get paid for what we do. But we practice in our craft at all times, and just that alone is that type of song that to say, hey, this is me practicing, but you will hear it, and you're going to know, hey, it didn't happen without practice, period. And nothing happens. You can't be half as great as you could be if you don't practice. And that's for anybody that's doing any type of, like from rap, basketball, to this, to that. I don't care if you go to school and you can't do it without studying. Practice. Practice. That's what you see when you see I'm serious. I'm serious, bro. Practice.
And I have to ask as well, do you know the estimated release date of this project, or is it just currently like up in the air right now?
We kind of have March 25th. We've set up to do 10 simultaneous releases, and it will all go live on March 25th. I believe the streaming time will be March 25th as well, and we're going to make sure, hopefully, everybody just understand that the 25th of March is it'll be that moment. I kind of got a few other things going on too, so yeah, it's like things happening around me right now.
And also as well, I have to ask, what is next for yourself, DJ Wino? Is there anything we happen to miss during this broadcast? Anything else you do still wish to talk about or promote? Well, we still got you here live on the FM dial this evening.
I really just want to pay attention. When you pull up Coolio, you're always going to hear Wino. So anything that Coolio's doing, you'll hear Wino. If you're not familiar with Coolio's name, which he is a household name, look him up. You have more understanding of, the process where Coolio came from, how long it took the person to get there, what he's been through, the up, the down, and in between. Wino's been there the entire time. We've never separated through a money situation, pride, women, nothing. A drunk night, nothing.
But also, sorry, this is the time in the interview that I give a chance for the individual that slides into the radio station airwaves, just a chance to drop them social media handles. That way our listeners can follow you and stay updated on everything DJ Wino if they're not already doing so.
What I was going to say real quick is just under DJ Wino, you'll find every single thing, and that's just DJ WINO. It will start popping up. Everything goes live, like I said, on the March 25th. So anything prior was just kind of, I'm going to call it testing the water, making sure everything can be serviced properly, it's like a test. So everything else prior was just a test. Coolio's whole platform, everything will start on March 21st, along with a host of other singles with people that majority of us know. And like I said, if you don't know who Too Short is, just blow the whistle. You'll figure it out.
Iconic song, man. I gotta say, definitely. Blow the Whistle is my favorite Too Short joint, man. So I definitely hear you. I definitely hear you loud and clear on that one.
Yes, sir.
But I gotta say, Wino, thank you so much, man, for just giving us a bit of your time here this evening. And of course, thank you for producing so many legendary classics throughout the years, man. I think legendary is even an understatement for these projects, man. But thank you so much for years of monumental music, man. And I'm definitely looking forward to hearing more from yourself, and not only as an artist, but also as a producer as well in the coming years.
Man, Outlaw Radio, I appreciate having this opportunity to make sure I can reach out and touch and speak to everybody, say what's up to my people in Canada especially. Everybody got their hometown heroes, but it's just enough room for everybody to be around and be involved.
I gotta say, I definitely agree, Wino. I really do, man. But definitely have yourself a wonderful night out there in Vegas, man, and definitely have a phenomenal weekend, man. Hopefully down the line we can make this happen again sometime soon, but for now, definitely have yourself a wonderful night.
Hey, I'm going up, but I won't go over.
Hey, man, that's the best analogy and the best way to be.
All right.
Hey, most definitely, Wino. Thank you so much again, man. Definitely have yourself a wonderful night.
All right, one, bro.